สุพุทธะนะโมโสพุทธะนะโมโสพุทธะนะโมโสพุทธะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวะพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสวากาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิอาทินาทานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิจฉาจาระเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยามัจจาปมาทฐานะเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิ Okay, you all can be seated. Turn to page 3 of the chanting book. We shall continue with our Puja chanting from Padipa Puja. Ganna sarappaditena dipena tamadangsina diloka dipang sambuddhang pujayami tamonodang ganda sambarayutena dopena hang sukang hina pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang vanna ganda guno petang etang kusuma santatin pujayami munindasa siripada sarorohe pujemi bedang kusumena nena punnena matena cha hotu mokham pupang milayati yata idang me kayo tatayati vinasa bhavang adivase tuno bante paniyang parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttamang adivase tuno bante pale parika pitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttamang adivase tuno bante bojanang parika pitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttamang. Now we will chant the Puja aspiration based on our understanding of the significance of all these Puja offerings. Significance of offering of light. May this offering of light to the Buddha brings forth the causes and conditions to illuminate our mind and help arise the needed clarity and understanding to dispel all darkness or ignorance therein. Significance of offering of water. May this offering of pure, clear, cool water lead us to the pure, clear Dhamma that cools and doses of the fires of all defilements within our mind. Significance of offering of incense. May our morality, virtue, and understanding shine forth far and wide, just like the fragrance of this incense, which we are offering to the Blessed One, who is perfect in wisdom and virtue. Significance of offering of fruits. May this offering of fruits remind us of the Dana Parami of generosity and the fruits of our karma, so that we will diligently strive on with heedfulness to attain the path and fruition soon as possible. Significance of offering of flowers. May this constant offering of flowers to the Blessed One strengthen our faith and constantly remind us of the impermanence of this body, so that we will diligently and sincerely strive on to cultivate Sila, Samadhi, and Pan, leading to ultimate liberation, the born-free Nibbana. Making of overall aspiration. By the power of all these merits, born of these offerings, may our spiritual faculties of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya be further strengthened until they become balas or powers, sharing and transfer merge to all beings. May these merits be shared and transferred to all beings without exception, especially to those who have the condition and affinity to receive them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let's pay respect to Puja. Butang Pujami, Dhammang Pujami, Sanghang Pujami. Okay, as usual, we will off the light so that you all can have your half an hour of awareness-based meditation. Developing the inner awareness is very important. Without awareness or sati, there is no meditation. To develop the meditation, you need the meditative mind, which is our inner awareness nature. So, awareness-based meditation means the meditation develops awareness within, so that we are not only mindful, aware, it will enable us to stabilize the awareness until we are heedful. And the moment you are heedful, you are already on the path to enlightenment. That's why the Buddha says, Heedfulness is the path to the deathless. The heedful never dies. So without sati, there is no heedfulness. And without sati, there is no silent mind, the meditative mind, the awareness nature within. So with this, hopefully, you can understand the importance of training the mind to be aware. That's why it's the awareness-based meditation. So always remember the four support that can bring about this inner awareness training, where you can relax into every mind state that arises within your form and mind. Means you can be in the state of awareness without thought. When there is no thinking, sankhara, no activity of mind, then that mind is just in a state of relaxed, natural state of inner awareness. That's why relax both body and mind. Be at ease. Don't try to know, don't try to do anything. So the first support, relaxation, is very important. You can relax. You are without thought. You are at peace, at ease. So train the mind to have the ability. Feel yourself soothingly relaxed. Then after that, maintain awareness, the second support. To maintain awareness is very easy. Whatever that arises within our sense basis, we just maintain awareness, aware, finish. Don't allow it to continue with the thought activity, or do not stir your mind due to your views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system accumulated through memories. So when you understand these two, then you will not do anything. You will just relax, maintain awareness. Whatever arrives, aware, finish. Through this, you will decondition the thought process. Whatever happens, you just aware, finish. The mind that is aware can never think. But this habitual thinking comes from our conditioned thought process that we acquired through our delusion, our lack of understanding. We have been so conditioned to think. Every moment of sense experience we perceive and we stir our mind, creating the thought process. Then our views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, sometimes phobia, fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation, all this create unnecessary heedless thinking. And all this arises through ignorance, self-delusion especially. So the three support very important. First support, relax into the entire body and mind. Whatever mind state arise, relax. Then maintain awareness. Second support. And third support is stabilize this awareness. Means you continue to repeat the relaxation and the silent mind aspect of the second support. Means just maintain the awareness. Aware, finish. Don't let the mind continue with the thinking, the proliferation, the reaction, and the stirring. Just let it be. Let the mind stay the way it is. Don't try to get yourself entangled with whatever phenomena that arise. That one is your perception that brings about memory that condition you to react and stir. That's how thought process come into being. So when you understand this, then you will not allow the movement to start. That movement, the Buddha called avijja paccaya sankhara, means dependent on ignorance, mainly Sakaya Ditti. It will condition you to think some kind of activity, thought process. That's how you become heedless. You think a lot. You react to sense experience, everything that you come to perceive through your senses. So understand all this. Then train yourself using the first three support until it becomes very clear, very stable, until the pure awareness within you establishes itself. Then after that, you can stay at the heart area to do the fourth support once you have stabilized it. Then at the heart area also, don't try to know, don't try to do anything, just stay around there. And whatever that the mind or the awareness can pick up, just allow the awareness and the vibration or the heartbeat or whatever phenomena that you can detect. Let the phenomena and the awareness move as one. Yeah. Means stay with the awareness. If there is a vibration or heartbeat or any stress or whatever, stay with it. Be just aware. And the awareness that is aware will bring about the return of the true mind, the silent mind, before the stirring, before the emotion. Then you will come to know all these mind states that arise through causes and conditions, born of wrong thought and wrong view. They are not intrinsic within you. They come and they go, dependent on condition, they arise. When conditions cease to be, it ceases to be. That's why when you relax, maintain awareness, it will cease to be. And when it ceases to be, you will realize your true mind, which is your silent mind, your basic inner awareness nature. That's how you develop the understanding. Then use that awareness within the silent mind, the meditative mind, to develop wisdom. And that is the awareness-based meditation. Okay, with this, I will let you meditate on your own. I will set the alarm for 30 minutes. Then after that, when you hear the alarm, I will ring the bell 3 times. Then you can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. You can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. Okay. Turn to page 6 of the chanting book. We will do the invocation to the Devas. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in the entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chiyokawalesu Atraha Gacha Tu Devata Sadamman Munirajasa Sunantu Sakamok Kadang Dhamma Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti Peso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vidyacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavido Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati Satta Deva Manusanam Uddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Panayiko Pajatang Veditabo Inohiti Supatipano Bhagavato Sangho Ujupatipano Bhagavato Sangho Nyayapatipano Bhagavato Sangho Samicipatipano Gavato Sangho Yadidang Chatari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sangho Huneyo Takeneyo Anjali Karaneyo Anuttarang Punyang Etang Lokasadi Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, now you all can be seated. Then we shall continue from where we stop. Okay. Turn to page 37 of this book. Straight from the heart, unique Dhamma code written by me. We are at unique code 135. So I will read to you the prior two unique code, which is 133 and 134, because they are all related, so that you can refresh yourself. And after that, I will continue 135. Unique Dhamma code 133. This one is very important. You listen. So when your thoughts slow down, it means there is less thinking. The mind is less clouded by your perception, feelings, emotion, and attachment, because you have less ignorance by that. Otherwise, your thought cannot be less. Your thinking will not slow down. So unless you have developed some form of training or wisdom at the moment of sense experience, born of the first and second turning wisdom, constant contemplative wisdom, especially second turning, your thought cannot slow down. When that happens, your mindfulness will become more stable, leading to clarity of mind. When you have that mind, then the direct seeing of the reality of the phenomenal world, physical, mental, and nature's phenomena will become very clear. So those who have gone through the meditative training, you will understand the unique code and appreciate it very deeply. That's why the ultimate training is to develop the initial wisdom, to decondition the heedless thinking, to train your mind not to be lost in thought, means to develop the four support, relax, maintain awareness, stabilize it, and stay at the heart area to develop the fourth support, which is trust. Trust your inner awareness nature within to develop the movement, the natural movement without interference from our thought process or our memory, our views, opinion, conditionings, and belief system. So when you can do that, then your mind develops transformation, wisdom, understanding. Then only you are more heedful, more aware. You will think a lot less. That's why when your mundane mind transforms and become like that, then your thought will slow down. Yeah. Until finally there is no thought at all, hardly any thought. So when your thoughts slow down, there is less thinking, which means the mind has less what they call emotion, feeling, perception, and attachment to cloud it. That's why it has clarity because of the initial wisdom that you have developed. And with that, mindfulness will be more stable, leading to clarity of mind. Then the direct seeing of the reality or the phenomena will become possible. Then unique code number 134 is a follow-up. It says, when the mind is silent, means when the mind is trained, when you are able to be with your awareness, pure awareness nature, there is no thought. No thought means there is no words. Then the mind that you come to realize is your silent mind, true mind, without thought. The mind that is silent can insight into phenomena and awaken. That's why you have to meditate with the silent mind. You cannot approach it with the instrument of thought, which can never give rise to wisdom that you seek, which is beyond thought. Then the Dhamma is akaliko, beyond thought, beyond mind. Then from there we continue. Unique code 135, I'll read to you. So when you can train your mind in silent inner awareness, then when the silent mind in that state, insight into the truth and the reality, it awakens. This one is a natural process. That's why you need the silent mind, the meditative mind, your inner awareness nature. So when this silent mind insight into truth and the reality, it awakens. This is like allowing it to see things as they are, allowing it to insight into the three phenomena, the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta, the three universal characteristics of all phenomena that you will come to witness, see, awaken to, and understand. So this unique code 135 is very beautiful. I read again. When the silent mind insight in the truth and the reality, it awakens. Then it can relate to the Dhamma. Straight away, one will understand what Dhamma is. So this is very useful, very important. So the key understanding is all meditation needs to start with sati or mindfulness, awareness. When you cannot develop the stability of this inner awareness, your mind cannot transform and return to its true mind. or original nature before the stirring, before the arising of thought process. So when that pure awareness nature can be realized through your training of the mind to be aware with awareness-based meditation. So when that happens, that is your true mind, your meditative mind. Sometimes we call it the silent mind without thought. So this unit code explains that when the silent mind without thought, insight into phenomena or into the truth and the reality, then it awakens. Its meaning is that silent mind, which is completely without thought, can observe and see things as they are, and it can insight into phenomena and awaken to the universal characteristic that the phenomena exhibit. But these phenomena, they have their movement, their activity. And when you are completely silent without thought, the awareness nature which is aware can awaken. It's like suddenly you realize you like insight into the universal characteristic behind. Like the Buddha saw, whatever that arise, there are causes and conditions behind. So every phenomena has its causes and condition behind. And because it is within the conditioned world where everything is dependent, originating, condition arising, causal phenomena. So what happened is you will realize the first universal characteristics of anicca or impermanence straight away. Because all these conditions that arise and pass away, they are in a state of flux. And everything is like that. All phenomena exhibit that movement, that universal characteristic. Then when you awaken to that, you straight away understand the teaching. As I the second part, I said, after you have awakened, then it can relate to the Dhamma straight away. Then straight away, the person who has awakened will understand the true teaching of the Buddha, what Dhamma is. This is the reason why once awakened to the universal characteristic of anicca, then it knows everything is dependent, originating, condition arising, causal phenomena, means not a permanent, unchanging entity. Everything follow nature's law. They are dependent, originating, condition arising, causal phenomena that manifest following the five pancha niyamas. You will understand straight away that if that is the case, thing is already set the way it is. Condition like that, things will be like that. Where everything follow these pancha niyamas, the five universal order of nature. So when you understand, you will not stir your mind, you will not be affected, you will be at peace. That's how when you insight into phenomena, you awaken to the universal characteristic. Then from there, you can come to understand why the Buddha said, Sabbe Sankara Anicca, all Sankara, they are dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena. They are not intrinsic to our true mind. So this Sankara activity or thought activity or emotion or mind state, they are dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena, not intrinsic within. So when you understand this, then you understand the reason why the Buddha says it's not a permanent unchanging entity, therefore it's non-self. And you attach and cling and want things your way, which is not nature's way, following the five pancha niyama, then suffering is the result. Then the whole teaching becomes clear. Sabbe sankara anicca, followed by sabbe sankara dukkham. Then the third One is Sabbe Dhamma Anatta, means not only the conditioned world's phenomena, all Dhamma is also Anatta, means not a permanent unchanging entity that you can call self or me, the I. Yeah. It's just like the form and mind. This form and mind is dependent originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena. It's not a permanent unchanging entity. That's why it's called anatta, non-self. Means not a permanent unchanging entity. But then our true nature, our Buddha nature, our pure nature, the pure awareness nature, that one is also a nature, not a being. That's why it cannot come out and live like it's not a form of mind, not a being that you can cling on to, hold on to and say, this is me, this is I. Even the form and mind that is karmically conditioned out is also not a permanent unchanging entity. As I, the Buddha saw all this, insight into phenomena and awakened, then his problem no more. When he realized that his physical body and mind, the form and mind, the so-called human being, is not a permanent unchanging entity, not him, then his problem of finding out the solution to old age, sickness, and death is no more. Because old age, sickness, and death pertain to the form and mind, nothing to do with his nature. And his nature is not a permanent unchanging entity too, doesn't belong to anybody. It's just a nature within. So that realization awakened him. That's why he is free. He no longer cling on to the five aggregate of form and mind, the so-called human being. And this is how enlightenment in the here and the now can be realized. So this unique code 135 is very important. Without the silent mind in pure awareness, you cannot awaken, you cannot insight in the phenomena, you cannot develop the direct seeing. So having the silent mind to insight into phenomena, to awaken to the truth is very important. So awakening to the truth means able to see things as they are, the reality, what is, or suchness, tatata, means jnana dasana, seeing things as they are. We are the direct knowledge and vision of the way things are. Jnana is wisdom, dasana, direct knowledge and vision of the reality, seeing things as they are. Okay, now I will use the whiteboard to explain that through the four circle formation. So this unique code 135 is very important. He said when you can develop the stability or awareness, when you can be with your silent inner awareness or silent mind, which means from the condition phenomenal world of consciousness, you can bring it back to your pure awareness nature. Then from here, within your awareness nature, you aware of outside. So this one is how you develop the wisdom. See, this C is the pure awareness or the pure consciousness. Yeah. So from here, you go this direction through the senses. This is mundane living through the senses, the sixth sense. But you silence everything, stay here, the pure awareness nature here, and silence everything and use it to observe. You develop wisdom. So this is a direct seeing. This is how you meditate. This one is independent of the thought. This one, the senses, trigger of the five aggregate of form and mind, the phenomenal world of consciousness. And this is where the thought is very active. So this one is mundane living. And this one entangle itself. Yes, this existential or the phenomenal world of consciousness can lure you, entice you, and delude you, and cause affliction in the living being. So this is how, when you meditate, when you come to this ability to see things as they are and awaken, you awaken to the universal characteristics of all phenomena. Anicca, dukkha, anatta can be realized. Then this wisdom that is being realized will protect the form and mind from being deluded. That's why after that you can live life. So this one, the form and mind, will develop what we call wisdom through the direct seeing. So this wisdom that is connected to the form and mind will prevent this form and mind from delusion. That's why this one you can say is enlightened or awakened. But this is not a permanent unchanging entity. This is not you. But through the mundane thinking and thought process, you can say this form and mind of human being is enlightened. Nothing wrong. But the enlightened one with the wisdom connected will know this one is not a permanent unchanging entity. This is not him. The wisdom is a direct seeing arising wisdom that arises from the pure awareness when he did the awareness-based meditation. So all this understanding will be there. So the only difference between Puthujjana, which is the non-enlightened being, and the enlightened being is the wisdom aspect. Once the wisdom is awakened, connected, then this being become enlightened. But it's not a permanent, unchanging entity. This one will go the way of nature. It will also cease. It will also follow nature's movement. That's why finally they say you die. It's not you die, nothing die. It's the form and mind, the causes and condition no more. That's why after that, this being will go to Parinibbana. Then consciousness also no more, cease, everything cease. Then what happens is the physical form without the mind will go the way of nature. Yeah. So this understanding will explain clearly Unicode 135. Okay? So any question or anybody got any question or anything to add? Okay, don't have, then we continue. Huh? Unicode 136 is also a follow-up. When one experiences the silent mind or the true mind, one will come to understand that without self-delusion or sakkayaditthi, the true mind, which is already peaceful, still, silent, and aware within, will not stir. So this one, you have to do it to realize that. Because when you have developed the stability of the pure awareness within, and you have developed the insight into phenomena and awakened, and you have the Dhamma understanding, this Unicode 136 become very meaningful, very beautiful. So here I mentioned when one realizes the silent mind or the true mind, which means you are at the pure awareness nature there, the second circle. So when you can stay there, then you will come to understand very clearly through wisdom that without self-delusion, sakkayaditthi, to grasp and to cling, without the wrong thought, the true mind, which is your natural state, is already naturally peaceful, still, silent and aware within, and it will not stir. It stirs because of avijja. That's why the first link is avijja pacha sankara. So now all this become very clear. Can follow? Yeah. Because if you don't have the understanding, you cannot awaken. Then if you have not developed the training of the mind to be aware, to stabilize it through the awareness-based meditation, to realize the silent mind, the true mind. You need to realize this. When you realize this, you become very different. And you know what this thing is very clear. Uh, and that one very funny one. No word, nothing, but very beautiful one. Is capable of a lot of understanding, and the awareness nature is beyond thought, beyond mind one. Is very, very amazingly beautiful inside there. And it can understand many things that thought cannot understand one. That's why that one, it will know without avijja, without delusion, without sakkayaditthi. That nature is forever like that. Because it's the primordial, it was there before the stirring, before the arising of thought. This is the first thing to arise from the source. You can call it the Buddha nature, your true nature, or the oneness nature, or the original nature. Or sometimes people call it Nibbana, the oneness nature. So from here, through the karmic process, when you come as a form in mind, the first thing to arise is the pure awareness nature within. But this one, most living beings, especially human beings, they cannot understand. But they don't even know that it exists. When they are newly born, this thing is very prominent and very clear, but they don't have awareness within. The form and mind can only be conscious of that pure awareness, but it is not aware that that is an entity by itself. That's why the baby, no brain accumulation, no what they call conditioning, no views, no opinion. It is just like that, like very naive, sincere. It just respond accordingly. That's why the pure awareness nature within a newborn baby and the enlightened being, they are similar but different in the sense that the enlightened being has the memory, the conditioned memory, the accumulated views, opinion, conditioning, belief. Everything it has the rubbish up there, but it is not deluded by it. That one will not affect it. That is the ordinary. And yet he can be in a state like a baby without thought, direct seeing, pure awareness. And he can see things as they are without words, without concept. That's why it can awaken to the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So the whole of the cultivation can be easily explained by the four circle formation. But to do that, you must have the direct transformation, the pure awareness nature to see all this and to develop the wisdom and the understanding. Then to share, you need stability of wisdom and you need the past cultivation from your spiritual nature. Uh, you have to go through the bodhisattva way, otherwise all this cannot be understood. You don't believe me, you can go and check. You check around using the internet or whatever you will. You can never find somebody who can really teach you like that and explain to you like that. So all this come about is because of causes and conditions. And then, as I explained in our recent gathering of Kayamita, the 20th gathering, the 20th anniversary, all this fall into place because of causes and conditions that manifest. So all these are the understanding that Kayamita can develop, make use of, and develop the faith. And this is a living Dhamma. It can allow you to live life. See, yeah, live life. So the mundane mind gives rise to mundane living. But the mundane mind is for us to live life. And when the wisdom is connected, this wisdom will prevent the form and mind from become deluded. Without delusion, then life take a turn. Life become wonderful, meaningful, amazingly meaningful and wonderful. That's why the Heart Sutta mentioned it very clearly. When you realize true emptiness, when you are here at the pure awareness nature, you awaken. Then life or living become wonderful. That's why the famous saying, in true emptiness, there is wonderful existence. 真空妙有. So everything within the existential, the condition and the unconditioned, can be realized by the true mind, the silent mind, the pure awareness nature. That's why this nature is very powerful, very beautiful, and is capable of awakening, enlightenment. And a lot of things that thought cannot do, this one is capable. Then when it awakens, the form and mind can understand, it is connected to it, it see it. It's just like this form and mind, which is a vehicle and a tool for him to come to the karmic process, awaken. When this one awaken with the wisdom, it can understand. Then it can share with the world, live the what they call third phase of Dhamma, the life of an enlightened being, Pativeda. So all this explain the beauty of life, the uniqueness of the Buddha's teaching that can give rise to this possibility of understanding so that we can understand life clearly. When we understand life, we can live life. And living life is most beautiful. And to do that, you need the pure awareness and the wisdom, the understanding. So to actually put all this into simple, what they call words and share and teach is not easy. You will come to realize a lot of the words that I use, they are not in the Theravada scripture. Only some of the words, like the Pali words. But the pure awareness, they also never use it. They only use the word sati. Sati. And even the Theravada tradition, very seldom you hear about the true mind. There is only the mundane mind. They always have the mano. Mind is a foreigner, all thing mind is chief. When mind arise, all things arise. Then the chitta. Then the consciousness, the vijnana. Only these three. But the true mind, the silent mind, or what they call the true nature, the original nature, the one, these are only the Mahayana teaching has. That's why Mahayana teaching, because they have all these words, that's why they use the sunyata or emptiness teaching. They use it a lot. Then the five area are empty, Wu Yun Jie Kong, the Heart Sutta. So all this come from Mahayana. But the reason why the Theravada tradition's teaching is like that is like we all went through in the Tuesday class, the Lotus Flower Sutta, the wonderful Lotus Flower Sutta, Miao Fa, the wonderful Dhamma, Lotus Flower Sutta. In that sutta is mentioned the Buddha initially had to teach the provisional teaching, the sainthood way, or the initial essential Dhamma to the sound hearer and the particular Buddha, the provisional teaching, so that they can be led into the path. Then from there, only he can teach the supreme teaching. And the supreme teaching is the one that has all this. Yeah. That's why if you look at the pure Theravada tradition only, then it's just enough to free the mind to realize sainthood way and to cease avijja and end birth and death so that there is no more rebirth. But the Bodhisattva way to go the extensive training to understand the whole thing, the whole of the creation and existence, life, everything, the complete understanding. That one, you need the Supreme Vehicle teaching. Yeah. And when it comes to Supreme Vehicle teaching, then you realize all the words become different. Even the phenomenal world of consciousness is not in the Theravada teaching. Theravada teaching teach a lot of six sense bases, 18 sense right. That's why they break it down into the three sets of six. The sense bases with the sense data and the mind consciousness that make contact. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 become the 18 sense right. And from there, the 18 sense right created a phenomenal world of consciousness. But how do you know the world? Through your consciousness. You can only know them through your consciousness, so that you can be conscious of what you see within the phenomenal world, what you hear within the phenomenal world, what you smell, taste, tactily, feel, and think within the phenomenal world. So all this will let you understand that how you know the phenomenal world and how you interact with the phenomenal, you need the senses within the form and mind. That's why the sixth sense door, the initial provisional teaching become very important. So now you understand unit code 135 and 136, they are related. So I read to you unit code 136 again. When one experiences the silent mind or the true mind, means after you have trained your mind, the awareness base, and when you can stabilize it to develop the clear understanding of what that nature is, then one will come to understand very clearly that without self-delusion, the true mind, which is already naturally peaceful, still, silent, and aware within, will not stir. That is the mind that is without sankhara activity, without thought activity, without emotion, without views, opinion, concept, words. That's why there is no stress, nothing. Peaceful, tranquil. So just now in the car when we were on the way here, I think Julian, she mentioned she went for exercise. I think he got a group of friends, or some of them quite elderly. But this group of people got a lot of suffering, a lot of problem. Of course, some few of them are also like her, not married, but most of them married. And the married one are the one with big problem. The so-called First Noble True Reality problem that hit them. Then they cannot tolerate people saying things behind them, gossip and all those things. Then Julia herself also say, yeah, it make you very unhappy. The lack of peace and all that. Because when you don't have the Dhamma understanding, which my wife told her, your mind will stir because there is no acceptance. They are the way they are. Deluded people do deluded things. Foolish people do foolish things. Ignorant people do ignorant things. Selfish people do selfish things. Thing is just the way it is. You need to stabilize their wisdom, their understanding. The moment you stabilize that, then you realize all this is what we call the phenomenal activity, consciousness and its manifestation through Dhammapada verse 1 and 2. That's why you follow Dhammapada verse 2, then you don't have to suffer. You should act, speak and think with a wholesome mind that is free of the evil roots of greed, hatred and delusion. Then happiness will follow you like your shadow that never leaves you. Means what? You should not have the evil roots of greed, hatred and delusion. Don't follow Dhammapada verse 1. The heedless, they will act, speak and think with a heedless mind that has the evil roots of greed, hatred and delusion. That's why they become afflicted. Then suffering will follow them. Like the wheel of the cart that actually follow the hoof. So all this you can understand. So without Dhamma and with Dhamma is very different. So when there is no greed, hatred and delusion, means there is no wrong view, sakkaya self-delusion, which is what this unique Code 136 is all about. So when you already experience the silent mind or your true mind, your awareness nature within, you will come to understand that without that wrong view of sakkaya self-delusion, the true mind which you have realized is already naturally peaceful, tranquil, still, silent, and just aware within, no word, nothing. And that is so beautiful. Then why do you want to create problems for yourself? Life is so simple, easy, and beautiful. Why do you make it complicated and full of suffering, misery, affliction? All this happened because of sakkaya self-delusion. So train your mind, develop the stability of pure awareness, see all this and awaken. Then no more sakkaya then you are always peaceful, tranquil, still with your true mind. You don't create delusion anymore and fall. When you entangle yourself, grasp and cling to the five aggregate of form and mind, via delusion, without wisdom, you suffer. That's where sakkaya condition grasping. And the Buddha summarized the first noble truth reality. He said, in short, it is due to one sakkaya the condition wants to grasp at the five aggregate of form and mind, the upadana khandhas that he called dukkha, suffering. That's why affliction comes from attachment, the grasping aggregate. When you think the rupa, vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana are real, they are what you are. It is a permanent unchanging entity that you can hold on to, cling on to, grasp on to and say, this is me, this is I, therefore all this can be mine. That is sakkaya self-delusion. So the meditation is to develop the insight to awaken to this delusion. When you awaken, your mind liberates and free. Then no more grasping, no more clinging. Then you understand life and you just live. Then the form and mind, although not a permanent unchanging entity, not you, but is part of your karmic nature, karmically conditional as a vehicle and tool for your nature to come to this existential world, to live life, to go through life, to experience all the karmic process, everything, to fulfill your vow and do whatever you want within the existential world with the understanding that you have developed through the meditative training and perfection. That's why you have a spiritual nature, a karmic nature, and the formal mind that keep on manifesting to come to this existential world. And this is the secret of life. When you understand this, you understand the secret of life, that you know how to live life. And when you understand the secret of life, you know how to come. And when you know how to come, you know how to live. Then you know how to cease. That is the beauty. That is wonderful existence. Okay? So with that, I think we will end today's sharing. What's the time now?
5:41.
Oh, still a few more minutes to go. Okay, I look at the next quote. Okay, maybe I continue with unique quote 137. Okay. When one awakens to that state, the true mind can see things as they are without words and conditioning. So this one is easy to understand. Because the key thing is to awaken to the awareness nature. So when you awaken to the awareness nature, you will realize your true mind, your pure awareness nature within. Then that one can see things as they are, can insight into phenomena without words and conditioning. Because that one is just that nature, silent, observing. That's why that silent inner awareness that observe can see things as they are and awaken, can also insight into phenomena and awaken. They will see why the mundane mind get entangled, how it stir and create the movement, how you become emotional, how one become fearful, insecure. So the anger, the hatred, the fear, the worry, the anxiety, the sorrow, and the lamentation, they are all dependent originating mind state, condition arising, cause of phenomena, not a permanent unchanging entity, and they are not intrinsic within your nature. Then when you see all this, you awaken, then you realize all these are dependent originating condition mind states. That's why all of sankhara, the emotion, the mind state that arise, they are not a permanent unchanging entity. They are dependent originating. That's why its universal characteristics of impermanent become very clear. And because they are impermanent, they go the way of nature, follow the pancha niyamas movement. You cannot want things your way, otherwise you suffer. That's why when you realize the universal characteristics of anicca, you will realize dukkha. That's why sabbe sankhara anicca, sabbe sankhara dukkha. Then finally, sabbe dhamma, all of dhamma, anatta, anattito, means they are not a permanent unchanging entity, non-self, not you, not what you think. So that one, not only phenomenal within the conditioned world, exhibit that characteristic, even the unconditioned, the pure awareness nature, that one is also anatta, not a permanent unchanging entity that you can cling on to, grasp onto and say, this is me. So, although it's unconditioned, yes, but it's not a being, it's not something that you can hold on to, cling on to. It's a nature, manifest within nature. So all this understanding will develop the wisdom that is very different, and it can be stabilized until it's so clear you will have no more problem with life, with existence. Whatever arises, you will understand there are causes and conditions behind. And thing is just the way it is, not what you think, not so real. That's why the phenomenal world of consciousness, they are empty. Empty nature existence. Empty doesn't mean don't have anything. It has things, but all these are dependent originating, condition arising, causal phenomenon. They come and go, come and go. No permanent unchanging entity. You cannot grasp onto, cling onto, hold onto. I used to share with you all. Everything you can only recall through memory. You cannot deny that it existed at that moment, within that moment that it passed away. Then how real is it? You cannot deny you were born since birth until now. Over the last, for my case, is 7 over decade. But is it real? There is no reality. You can only recall them through memory. 往事只能回味 means everything is in the thought process, carried by the thought. When you carry in the thought and give meaning, grasp and cling, you suffer. It's just a thought, a consciousness with its content, an image that one perceive and carry. Just like the block-cut analogy, how real can it be? Externally already dependent originating means dependent on condition where all the parts come together, form the block-cut, perform a function, then you give it a concept and a name and an idea. Then block-cut arise already, exists already. Then how you know it's a block-cut? You only perceive it through your consciousness. It's even more unreal. It's just an image up here. Externally also dependent originating, condition arising. Not what you think. That's why you must learn how to see form. The unreality of form. Form are dependent originating, condition arising. Unreal. Not what you think. Not a permanent unchanging entity. Then only you can see beyond form. Then after that you see the mind manifest the same way. Then when you see that all these mind state, the aggregate of mind, they are also dependent originating, condition arising. As like Guan Yin realized when he illuminated them, 照见五蕴皆空, he realized that they were all empty. Means no reality. Empty means empty nature existence. Although you cannot deny it happened, it existed. But ultimately, no reality, empty. Yeah. The whole of the universe, the creation, everything, even with science now, you can see with the telescope, even the distant past manifestation will take a long time for light beam to travel to Earth. All this you cannot deny, the beauty of creation. But are they real? As real it can be is only within the thought process that perceive it, that carries it. That's why empty nature existence. That's why emptiness is a very profound teaching, not what you think. So all this, when you can develop the understanding, my nature rejoice and sadhu you all. So have faith and diligently cultivate, then develop the perseverance. First, you must have the sincerity to go this way, because this is most important. This is to understand life so that you cannot be deluded anymore, to be entangled and afflicted. We are life through the process, the karmic process. Then when you can develop that, then you can awaken, develop the wisdom to come every life within your understanding of the Bodhisattva way and to live life. Then truly develop what they call the understanding to really experience all of the pristine beauty and wonders of life. Their life become meaningful, wonderful, beautiful, and every coming is very amazingly beautiful and meaningful. And this is what understanding can give rise to. And it's only through this teaching, the Buddha Dhamma, that all this can be understood. Okay, now we come back to the second session, which is meditation reporting, followed by whatever question you may have, or whatever Dhamma sharing that you may want to share also can.
I do not know how to share, Brother Teo.
Never mind. Today's topic about the direct seeing and the awakening. When you are able to cultivate the pure awareness nature until you can be at the awareness nature, then from there you develop the cultivation. You can develop the direct seeing and ability to silently observe and develop the wisdom and also insight into phenomena to awaken to the three universal characteristics. Or is there any question regarding meditation or the Dhamma?
Yeah.
You can also answer. Yeah.
Something in mind. When Brother Teo shares that no one lives, therefore no one dies.
Yes. That
Just
was very beautiful.
so does one have to have that experience to
Yeah, because that is a realization. The
Yes.
form and mind is not you.
Yes. But
and the nature never die. Understand?
yes. The understanding is there, but do we need really to go through that experience?
When you are able to stabilize your inner awareness until you are at that awareness there, then you will understand. Because when you are able to stay at the awareness nature, that it's not a being that is there. The awareness means your pure awareness manifests. Then your awareness is actually from there. Then the awareness and the thing become one. Then when there is no movement, no activity, that tranquility, that stillness, your true mind, you will come to realize without thought, there is nothing. It's because of thought, sakkayaditthi arise, memory arise, all the aggregates of mind arise, attachment, the clinging, the grasping, the conditioning, all this manifests from the mundane mind. So that's why I ask you all to inquire when you are there. Without thought, who are you? You stay there with the pure awareness. Without thought, you cannot come up with anything at all. Then you realize, really, you are nothing. You are nowhere. Because the pure awareness nature is a nature, not you. Understand?
So once there is this understanding,
once you realize that, you will awaken one.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to ask next is, so therefore, if we have that that
pure awareness, where you can silence your mind until there is no thought.
So there will become will the karma follow us or not?
The karma is different. When your thought arises, that is subject to karma. Where the mundane mind is subject to karma. But when the wisdom is already connected, the karmic is all pure action. No sakkayaditthi, no avijja, which means there is no evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion.
Yeah. Then when we
don't complicate the thing, the two one and say the karmic process is different. That's why I say the form and mind is subject to karma. That one you have to be careful. You cannot simply do things. The form and mind cannot simply do things. It is subject to karma. But that nature got no word, nothing one. That one got no karma, nothing one. That one is just that nature. You need to realize that is the unconditioned. That is the primordial. That one is the unborn. Because it's unborn, it never dies. That's how. But it's a nature. Can follow.
Yes, understand. Actually, what I was trying to ask relative is, so when we die, with the understanding that karmic nature will still follow us?
The karmic nature is part of nature, and that's all. I show it to you. This karmic nature is within nature itself. It's a nature. It only manifests when you are karmically conditioned or form a mind to come to this existential world. Then this form a mind is born of the karmic nature and to the karmic condition supported by the karmic nature. And you are what you are because of your karmic nature's accumulation and manifestation. So don't complicate the thing. I said, don't go and mix up the thing. This is when the form and mind arise within the existential world, then the karmic nature manifests. Then when this form and mind cultivate and develop the perfection, the spiritual nature accumulate. Understand now? That is our nature's law. It accumulates the nature. And that nature will only come and support the form and mind when you connect. Because spiritual nature is not like karmic nature. The moment you are born of your karma. And to your karma, condition is supported by your karma. And you are what you are because of your karma. So don't be afraid of the karmic nature. Don't be afraid of the spiritual nature. But they are naturally existing. You have them means you have them. There's every living being. Most of them have karmic nature. Spiritual nature hardly, unless they are enlightened being that has gone through the cultivation. Most of them don't have that spiritual nature. But they have that pure awareness nature within which they never understood, never touched, never able to come into contact with. That's why they never develop this understanding to realize what is behind. So all this is like the secret of life. It's not easy to comprehend. But if you have developed the cultivation, then based on what I explained, it's very easy.
Okay. Thank you, relative.
No problem. Slowly you contemplate and you reflect. But more important is, Nancy, stabilize this pure awareness nature. At the retreat, maybe you all can do it. Most Karmita can do it. But the problem is after the retreat, you come back, you didn't continue. It's like the daily mindfulness, the religious routine you must do until this nature become very clear to you. Until throughout the day, you are aware. That is the beginning of real awareness-based meditation. The real meditation starts. Then when you are clear about this, your cultivation becomes very simple, very easier. Then most of the time you are here, you stay with it. You are hardly lost in thought. You got very little thought. That's how the enlightened being live, transform. That's why the heedful, they stay here most of the time. Pure awareness nature. They will not be heedlessly lost in thought within the phenomenal world. So this one is the phenomenal world of consciousness, PWC, the conditioned world. And here, a fine degree of form and mind leading to heedless thinking is very, very, what they call, manifesting all the time. Avijja Pacha Sankara, very active, that movement. Because of the lack of wisdom, understanding. They lack sati, they cannot see all this movement, they cannot understand. They continue to be conditioned and entangled. That's why they continue to grasp and to cling. And this mundane mind become heedless. When it becomes heedless, it cannot return to the pure awareness to develop the understanding to liberate the mind and free. Okay?
You.
Do you have any other question?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, you can nominate somebody else.
I think I nominate Poh Cheng because the day I think she was trying to share
Oh,
some.
yeah, she didn't finish sharing. Poh Cheng? Poh Cheng, are you there?
Amitabha, Brother Teo,
Amitabha.
Mrs. Teo, and all
Yeah.
Kayamitas. Thank
Yeah,
you, Sister Nancy, for nominating me.
yeah.
Sister Nancy, there's a interesting question that not many people bring it up, but it will be very good uh, for developing understanding. What is pure awareness. I guess Sister Nancy was referring to our conversation at the gathering, right?
Yeah.
So I was having a short conversation with Sister Nancy. Actually, I was referring to the Clang Talk, Brother Teo.
Yeah, the Clang Talk was
I
very
actually,
good. Yes.
yeah, I told her that I find that talk very good because my nature actually listened throughout the talk.
Yeah. I
I can't remember how
explained it
long, but
very
about
clearly.
yes, very clear to me because I was sitting there listening without doing anything, without thinking, and then
No,
I can really
you can
how do you say
understand. Yeah, you
resonate with
can
Brother
follow.
Teo's talk that actually speak from the heart, Brother Teo.
Yeah.
Because it just flow and flow and flow, and it is all mapped out very nicely. The talk was very smooth,
Yeah.
and it goes very beautifully that my nature really rejoice, as I listened.
Sadhu.
I was full of joy. Then I said, hey, but no timing, no timing. I
Yeah,
cannot put
that
the
talk was very
subtitle
good.
for the talk. So I said I will wait for the
Mm.
next video when they do the YouTube version instead of the MP3 version.
Yeah,
So I will come up with the subtitles and things like
the
that.
short
Then
title.
yes, so initially I was just thinking about 3 subtitles like that only. But when I listened to the YouTube versus the MP3, right? Because I was putting down the timing. Then I realized the topic was so beautiful and wonderful, right? I said if I don't put curate more, it's really a waste, So I said I will put more mini subtitles for the YouTube,
Correct.
so that more people, more Kayamitas
Can
and more
benefit
sentient
from
beings
it
will
because there is
benefit
a
from
lot
it.
of feedback.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
short
So
video has helped them because they don't have to spend too much time on it.
yes, correct. So I congratulate Sister Nancy, for creating the
Creating the
condition for
condition
Brother Teo
for the
to do the
Clang
sharing,
Talk.
and
Because
and
they
then
decided to actually invite me to Klang to have lunch because most of them cannot make it on the gathering of Kalimita because their Katina same day clash. So that day we had a very good lunch at the Klang restaurant there. I think 2 tables, about 20 plus a bit of us. Then later on we adjourned to Sister Nancy's house where we developed the sharing.
yeah. So I just want Sister Nancy, to know that it was a very beautiful Dhamma talk that
They
Brother
all
Teo
know. They all
gave.
rejoice that day.
Yeah. So if one actually listen it attentively, it gives you a lot of joy and understanding, and how we can connect to Brother Teo's nature, When you listen attentively, you can really, resonate with Brother Teo's nature and how the flow of the Dharma is so wonderful from the beginning, in the middle, and the end. That's what I would say. That Dharma talk was so beautiful.
Correct.
Yeah. So so that about it. I just want to highlight to Sister Nancy, it was really, really good that she created the condition for the Dharma talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I will just talk a little bit more about this today's sharing.
Today's sharing, unique code 135, 136,
yes.
137. They are all interconnected.
Yes. maybe to help Sister Nancy about this silent mind as well, right? So when I developed this awareness-based meditation, right? In the formal meditation, it is very important to enter sati first, so that you actually can really see the pure awareness nature, and awaken to it.
Yeah, to see the pure awareness nature is very important.
Yes.
The silent mind that is with that nature can know what that thing is on, without thought on. Because when you are there without the thought, that's why I gave you all the kongan. Without thought, who are you? That nature got no name, nothing, no word, no concept, nothing. And you really cannot even find out what it is. That's why I use the word you are nothing. Nothing, really, nothing at all. Because nothing can describe that one. It's just a nature within. And that one is not a being. And that one is the most beautiful. That one cannot grasp, cannot cling. That one is just the pure thing, but it's capable of insight, capable of understanding, awakening, the direct seeing. It can observe, see things as they are, and explain to you clearly what those movements are. And I think just leave the wire out. Yeah, you continue, project. Yeah. Project,
yes. So yes. So I actually what I wanted to tell all Kayamitas or cultivators.
Can you speak directly on the mic, Project? I think a bit soft.
A bit soft? Oh, okay, wait. Brother, let me put in the earphone first.
The earphone better.
Yeah. Because if not, I noticed the last talk that I shared also, there's something wrong with the...
Yeah, very soft.
Very soft, So
now it's clearer. Now it's clearer.
Now it's clearer. Okay, wait a minute.
Did you put the mouthpiece nearer to your mouth?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, can hear? Okay.
Yeah, can.
Okay. So what I wanted to say is for for cultivators that yet to experience the pure awareness nature. What you see is not see experience. Is from the very gross mundane mind, very noisy, suddenly a shift. Then into a very silent, very silent, very tranquil, very still kind of thing, And then I mean you just realize that something is different, that you never experienced before.
Completely without noise.
Yes, without noise, totally no noise, nothing.
No
so you just
nothing, no verbalization.
Yes, correct.
Just that nature.
Yes, correct. So nothing at all, and then you have to stabilize it.
Stabilizing it is very important. Otherwise, you cannot understand what that thing is.
Yes, you cannot understand. Otherwise,
then you will go back to the thought, the mundane thinking.
Yes. Then you become curious. I want to know what is that. Then habis no more already. Disappear already. You come out from the pure awareness. So you must be very silent, very
to
still.
The mundane thinking again.
Yes. So you need to stay in there long enough, and keep doing it.
The stability of it is very important.
Yes, correct. So need to stabilize. Then you can realize what exactly this pure awareness that Brother Teo said. It's not a being, it's just awareness nature.
It cannot come out and decline. It's not a permanent and changing entity.
Yes, correct.
None of all those things.
Yes, correct. So you need to stabilize it. It's not going to happen like 1 or 2 days, 1, 2 days.
Not so easy.
You need to, you can slowly develop into more stable and more stable. As you have more and more stable, and then one day you will insight into phenomena. That is even more.
You will awaken by itself.
Yes. You will insight into phenomena, and that is the most amazing experience. Yes. So you will see things that you never see before.
You never see words or nothing.
Yes, without the word. It's like a silent movie. Tell you a story, and then your mind, your mundane mind, cannot come in and interfere.
Do not come in, intervene or interfere.
Amazing one, that
So
the mind, the mundane mind, cannot come and grab and hold, grab and take it, and things like that. Cannot do
the
anything.
moment that one come in, it will lure you and trigger off the loss in thought, the heedless thinking again.
So
but
the
when you have
stability,
developed the stability of awareness, you aware straight away, then the thing cease.
yes, correct. So the stability of this pure awareness is very important. Otherwise, you will be knocked out of the pure awareness. Go back to the mundane mind thinking already.
It will
What did I?
like make you lost in thought again.
Correct.
Initially, without the training, split second you lost in thought. A split second you lost in thought. Then, as you train, you determine to be aware. You come back to your awareness nature within your heart. Then that one starts to develop, until that one become a part of you. Then it become aware itself. That's why when it become aware itself from the heart, it develop the awareness. Then after that, your daily mindfulness training become very easy. Then where you can, from there onward, stay at the heart there, relax and do the fourth support. And then once you locate the gateway, you go in, you stabilize very fast. So initially, I remember when I did it, within 2 weeks, the awareness came. But I haven't met my last guy at that time. Then I actually developed the training until the heart there, the awareness become like the energy build up until so strong. I had to slow down my daily mindfulness. Otherwise, the energy build up very strong. But I haven't met my last guy until a few months later. Then when I met my last guy, he introduced me and tell me where the gateway is. He just showed it to me. The moment he showed it to me, the moment I located it, that very, I think, almost 2 hours, I went into that stillness. That I stay with that thing, so beautiful. Then my nature's yin yang energy melt inside and become pure energy. And I become like a complete transformed living being. It's just like a car perfectly tuned. That's how it stabilizes very fast. The moment you locate the gateway through trust, it stabilizes very fast and you become completely different. And that one really steal your nature until very still. Where the pure awareness that arise from that yin yang energy that melt through and become the pure awareness, it will start to activate your internal chakra and nadis. And the internal movement is very important. That one is trust. No interference from the thought process. The nature moves by itself. And it's already wise. It knows where to go. Then you will come to understand the movement. Then the byproduct, a lot of gas, everything. Then what happened, all you understand. That's why later on, you will understand your physical body and mind very clearly. It's like you develop the understanding of self-knowledge very clearly and you become very sensitive. Then the internal movement and transformation is another cultivation which is very beautiful and it takes a long time. Then I remember after that, it still takes my nature about 9 months before my mundane mind collapse. Then after the mundane mind collapse, is another phase, even more beautiful. That's why that movement, that nature's transformation has been going on for the past 35 years, since 1989. So all these are possible and very beautiful. Very good. Sadhu.
Yeah, Sadhu. Brother Teo, can I ask a question?
Can.
Because Brother Teo talked about this gateway and then pure awareness, this four circle formation, right? I remembered, I recall that, the Bodhisattva Way book, that the blue book that talk about the 5 stages of the Bodhi mind development.
Bodhi mind development.
So this one, Brother Teo said, was shared by this Master Sun Yan Lao. Sun Yan, right? Master Sun Yan. Like
he just
the
mentioned the 5
yes,
stages
yes.
of Bohemian
Correct,
development.
correct,
He
correct.
never explained anything.
Correct, correct, correct.
But the
So
moment I read that, I knew what that thing is already.
yes, correct. So I read the book lah. Actually, I read the book method. What method? No method, something like that,
Oh,
right?
the method or no method. That one is
Yes,
the
yes,
retreat version. What
yes,
I got from Faku-san is the small booklet, very
yes.
small booklet about the Bodhisattva precept one. Uh,
So, so, so
a
in
very
that book,
small booklet. I think it's about 4 inches by 5 inches like that one. It's a thin book. Mm.
I
When
wanted to
we
ask,
were at the Taiwan trip, I think 10 or 8 years ago, when Sui An's mother went with us, like 2016, 15 or 16, I forgot already. During that time, we went to the 4 great Buddhist traditions. The first one was Zhongtai Chan Si, then Fa Gu San, then Zhen Yan Fa Si. Zhen Yan Fa Si one was the Tzu Chi one at Hualien. Then Xingyin Fa Si one is at this, what is the place area? Xiyun one is Xingyin. He's for Huangshan, but there is a place where is located on his headquarters. Which part of Taiwan area? Kaohsiung. So we were there. We visited another temple, a much smaller one. That one also very nice, very beautiful. In fact, we should thank the organizing committee, Hui Rong, who were with us. Hui Rong suggested all these places. He helped us to come up with the finalizing of the program. Then our guide, the local guide that took us there, I think they formed that whole program for us, which was very good. We even visited the flying cow, very new. So that one very nice. The farm there. It is very still and very the nature they're very beautiful. So I went there that time. At Fakusan was very good. They showed us around. They took us around. I think Yun Chan helped us to arrange. I think. Then when we were there, I saw this booklet. Then I happened to pick it up. I just flicked through. Then I saw the 5 stages of Bohemian development. Then I tried to read further, no explanation, nothing. That's why I knew that booklet was good. I took back. Then later on, Yun Chan went there and get me that book, The Method or No Method. So all this fall into place. So meant to be. Then I came back after that. I think Pamasuri, they all requested for the Bodhisattva way already. Then everything like fall into place all the timing. So I think that time was 2016 already. Pamasuri requested. Then after 1.5 is the end before the 1.6. I forgot already about 1.5. Should be 1.5 because we went there also 1.5, I think. No. Sui An 1.5. The day we saw it in the gathering of Kayamita, I think Bertil on that Taiwan trip one. I saw there 2015. Yeah. No, God, the Taiwan trip one. The video was there. I even called Suyan. I said, your mother was with us there. God, that one, all of us were there. We're the mother on wheelchair. Anyway, that one is meant to be. Then when I came back, the Zhongtai Chansi, the old monk, 97 years old one also, the effort was very good. So that trip was beautiful. It's like meant to be. Then after that, it came back. The Bodhisattva way, everything started. Then the sharing, the 4 lessons. Then after that, they transcribed into a book. Then the blue book came about. Then all the sharing from there, I actually developed it through my contemplative understanding. Then my spiritual nature came back to me. Then I knew what this thing is. That's why when I share the 4 basic vows, it become like linked to the 10 perfection. And all the things you can read in the blue book, the 5 stages of Bodhi mind development. In the small booklet, Sen Yan Faster didn't explain anything. He just mentioned the 5 stages of Bodhi mind development. But the moment I read them, I knew what the thing is already. So all this is meant to be. What is your question? Sorry.
Oh, Bharatiya, my question was because I read the book, right? Method of No Method. The 5 stages of Bodhi mind development. So at the 3rd stage of the Bodhi mind development, it just say the Bodhi mind that illuminates
illuminate
nature,
the nature.
Yeah. So it didn't mention anything about the gateway, which Brother
Of course, because he may not know that there is a gateway there.
Yeah. He just say
5 stages of Bodhi mind development is mentioned in the Mahayana teaching. You understand? The gateway one, seldom people talk about it one. Because that one very difficult to locate one.
I mean, the book doesn't mention that at all, right? There's no mention of the gateway. It just say silent mind illumination, silent mind illumination. Yeah. So
so that book only summarize the 5 stages of Bodhi mind development. So the 3rd stage of Bodhi mind development is Bodhi mind that illuminate that nature. Once you reach that state, means you must have located your gateway before that. Otherwise, you cannot do until that stage one. To do until that stage, you must have located your gateway. But most of them, they only read about it in the sutta. They don't know how to develop the training to realize it. That's why to illuminate that nature, which I explained earlier on, and now I'll explain more. This pure awareness nature, remember last time I told you all, there's a lot of things inside there one. When you start that real cultivation, when you can realize this silent pure awareness nature, that is the beginning of it all. Then after that, you will develop the ability to locate the gateway, which is the 4th support that I teach you. After you locate the gateway, then the yin and yang energy from the external, they will melt inside and become pure energy. Then only the internal movement using trust starts to operate. Then that movement will continue the purification process of transforming the pure awareness nature until it becomes more and more clear, until the whole heart here like become hollow, front, back, then it will move on. It is like the whole thing become a void inside there. Then front and back, and the whole area like like inside there hollow. But it's that nature inside. After it transforms, it open up one. And you can be with it and there, like it's very easy, Normally, before you locate the gateway, you cannot even access it. You cannot even know that inside there got so much thing. That's why when it transforms, this thing will keep on happening. Then over the years, I remember, I think, after 89, then when this one become very clear, it like illuminate the whole thing. The whole nature become like beautiful inside there. Like the whole nature is illuminated, no? That you are like with it, no? You are that thing, no? That's why after that you will understand the fourth stage of Bodhi mind development. Bodhi mind that renounces samsara. Yeah, I have gone through all those stages in the past. That's why I straight away can understand the fourth stage. That's why I understand all the form and mind karmically conditioned out for you to come, the unconditioned, all this you can never understand until you have finished of the third stage and reach the fourth stage of Bodhi mind development. Yeah. The Bodhi mind that can develop the wisdom to renounce samsara is the understanding of true emptiness is wonderful existence that I've been sharing and teaching. That's why by then I always tell you all, the coming, no more a problem. Then you can renounce samsara. You know samsara is nothing. You no longer have the wrong thought. Wow, it's going to take so long. I think I myself stop here and finish our era and that's it. A lot of people have the wrong thought. Yet they don't understand what this thing is. But when you go beyond the third stage of Bodhi mind development, when you reach the fourth, then samsara is nothing. Samsara is just the secret that you understand and you keep on wanting to come because I use the word very rewarding. Understand? The word is very rewarding. You keep on coming on, no problem at all. It is so beautiful. Yeah. So the understanding part, that's why I realize not everybody understands. It's just like the Theravada tradition, the essence of the Buddha's teaching, the Four Noble Truths, three turning. How do I understand that it's a secret of life? Even Theravada tradition, you can ask all those Theravada tradition teachers, they cannot explain to you that way. They only explain to you how they understand the Four Noble Truths. That's it. And the three turning also, very few of them can really understand and express and share with people. So the whole big picture, to understand that, is a different training. If you don't go through the Bodhisattva way, you don't reach the third and fourth stage of Bodhi mind development. All this teaching, they cannot teach. They cannot teach. It's beyond that. Especially the second stage of Bodhi mind development. The first stage, most of them can do, but second stage, to endure and severe all suffering, that one, as you develop that, you would have developed the gateway understanding already. Without the gateway understanding, you cannot. The reason why they got to go through all this perfection is because when they develop all this great loving kindness and compassion and the four Brahma Vihara, they work at the heart area there, until they locate the gateway. That's why I said, if I have not met my last guide, my nature tell me, I will have to wait at least 10 to 15 years to locate it. But that one not easy to find one. But I have a very unique vow, my miscellaneous Bodhisattva vow, additional vow that I put in. That one conditioned my last guide to come and see me and point it out to me where that thing is and show it to me. That's why after that, I don't really need him. And the whole movement, cultivation, understanding my nature actually connect back. So all this, hopefully it can help Kahamita, who actually had the faith and the understanding to progress. So all this, they will be in the website, recorded and clearly explained. So hopefully it will help more and more cultivator the way to develop all this understanding. Okay, Poh Cheng?
Yes, Sadhu Bharatiya, Sadhu
Sadhu.
Bharatiya for pointing out to us how to locate the
The gateway. That's
in
why you
our
must stay at
nature.
the heart.
Yes, yes.
It's slightly
Thank you,
towards the
Bharatiya.
left there, but you must silence everything. Before you stabilize your awareness, no point for people to go to the fourth support. You do the fourth support too early, no use on. You cannot locate on. It cannot be done on. So the best is the first three support: relax, maintain awareness, stabilize the awareness until you're throughout the day, almost 24 hours away. And then only you start the fourth support. That is the best. Unless your past, you already have the past cultivation, then you can just go in. Like what happened to you in the early days. So all these are meant to be. That it will
Yes.
arise.
Sadhu, Brother Teo.
Sadhu,
Thank you
we
very much.
should end
Brother
already.
Teo, this one is a very good, unique Dharma code lesson today, you know, Brother Teo.
Yeah.
Do all
Today
the
one
sharing,
is
right?
very unique.
Yes, it's very
Meant for all
special.
those who have faith
And Brother
and who
Teo
has
explained a
done
lot of
it.
new stuff as well, you know, that, I mean, not say new stuff, lah, explain it in a different approach.
Yeah, different approach
yeah,
and more
yes,
clearly because
yeah,
you
yeah.
ask.
Yes. Thank you, Brother Teo. I
Yeah.
think time runs out, Brother Teo.
Yeah.
So I better end here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister
Thank you.
Nancy, for
Let us
creating the
rejoice.
condition. Sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu.
Okay. We will do the closing puja. Akka Satta Cha Pumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyatang Anumoditwa Cirang Rakantu Loka Sasana Etawata Jamehi Sampadan Punya Sampadan Sabbe Deva Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Idang menyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang menyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang menyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Devo asatu kalena sasu sampati hetu cha. Vito bhavatu loko cha raja bhavatu dhammiko imina punyang kamena mami pala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yawa nivana patiya sadhu sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can now pay respect mindfully the Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and all the worthy ones. Then we end. Sadhu. Thank you.